leaving the area, they are bailing, they are out of there. Peter Sweden here. The Swedish police are now bailing. It's now too unsafe, even for the police in certain parts in Sweden. I am not kidding you. This is how bad the situation is in Sweden right now. So the police in the Swedish city Malmö are now wanting to relocate to a safer area. They are packing up, leaving the area, they are bailing, they are out of there. It's too unsafe. They're feeling threatened, they say. So this comes after several bombings against the police in the south of Sweden. So the police station in nearby Helsingborg has been bombed twice now within just a couple of months. And at least one police car has been the target of a bomb as well. And some other sources that I have seen might suggest there's even been 2 police cars that have been bombed recently. The first bombing of a police station there took place a couple of months ago in the city of Helsingborg, which is very close to Malmö. There was a huge bomb that completely destroyed the entrance of the police station. And then the police station in Rosengård in Malmö. Rosengård is a no-go zone in Malmö, by the way. The police station there was bombed and 2 police cars were completely destroyed in the explosion. And the Swedish police actually got that attack on film, so here is a CCTV footage of that attack. And in addition to this, a police car has been blown up in Rosengård. Just a few days before the attack on the police station, and I believe from my sources there's actually been another police car that was targeted in an explosive attack as well. So 2 police stations have been bombed and 2 police cars have been bombed in this area of Sweden just the last few months. So the Swedish police say that they are now, quote, feeling threatened, and they want to relocate. They are not feeling safe anymore in these areas, so they are packing up, they're bailing, they are out of there, and they are moving in, and they want to move into safer areas, safer locations. Which is all nice and fine, but what about the ordinary Swedish citizens who have to live in these areas? I mean, okay, the Swedish police are first of all, I mean, they shouldn't give up. I mean, they shouldn't bail and just head out there. You know, they shouldn't let these criminal gangs just run over them like this. They should get tough on them instead, or do what the Swedish Prime Minister suggested a few weeks ago and deploy the military. Instead of the police bailing away, they should actually deploy the military and deal with these no-go zone criminal gangs. But no, the Swedish police, instead of getting tough on them, they are bailing, they are relocating and just leaving the Swedish citizens to, well, I don't know, fend for themselves. I mean, I guess they will come on, if people call the police, I guess they will come and help them, but they're relocating the police station, so it might take a longer time for the police to be able to come and help people now. And, you know, again, what about the ordinary Swedish citizens then? If it's too unsafe for the police who are armed, how do you think it is for the normal Swedish people who are living in these areas? I mean, it's obviously too unsafe for them as well then. What about helping them relocate or getting rid of these criminal gangs? I mean, it just boggles the mind. I mean, this is Sweden at its finest. I mean, really. You know, it almost seems like these criminal gangs are engaging in a kind of war with Swedish society. And right now it seems like they're winning, because the police, they are falling back and falling back to safer areas. And you know, these guys, as I've been reporting on, there's been a ridiculous amount of bombings and hand grenades and shootings and so on in Sweden the last year. You know, last year there were 200 explosions in 2017. 200 explosions. That includes hand grenades, bombings and other kinds of explosive attacks. And you know, as a reporter on as well, the police have found RPGs They have found grenade launchers. And get this, they even found a guy who had tank... And get this, they even found a guy who had loads of tank mortars lying around in his basement. Huge things. I mean, they look like missiles. I mean, this is heavy-duty military weaponry that these guys have, and they just have caches of these military weaponry lying around. I mean, it's almost as if these guys are preparing for some kind of war. And to be honest, they are. I mean, to be honest, they are already in a kind of war, if you want to call it that, with the Swedish society. They do not want to follow the laws of Sweden, and Sweden really needs to get tough and deal with these guys to stop them from completely taking over. But they have already taken over certain areas, you know, these no-go zones, 55 no-go zones. They've already taken over these areas. It's lawless now, it's the Wild West. I mean, they rule those areas. So it's really no wonder that the Swedish Prime Minister sent out leaflets to 4.7 million households warning people what to do in case of war or what to do in case of terrorist attack. You know, Sweden hasn't done this since World War II, and all of the top political leaders in Sweden have been talking about war recently. I mean, and I definitely do not hope that any kind of war is coming to Sweden at all. But I mean, the Swedish police really need to step up their game to stop these guys from completely taking over Sweden, because it's completely unacceptable, the kind of criminality and the lawlessness that's going on in Sweden now. So what do you think, guys? Make sure to leave a comment below and follow me on social media, on Facebook and on Twitter to get regular updates, and make sure to subscribe to me here on YouTube. Hit the notification bell to get notifications whenever I do live streams or whenever new videos come out, so you don't miss any new videos. So make sure to hit the notification bell. And give this video a like, it helps give this video more views. And make sure to share this video, guys, because the mainstream media, they're not up to the job, they're not reporting on what's actually going on in Sweden. So make sure to share this to help get the truth out there. And thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later. As you might know, PayPal recently banned me due to the nature of my activities, they said. Now, I'm just a journalist reporting the truth about what's happening in Sweden, and it seems like the left is trying to starve me financially to try and hinder me in my work in reporting what's actually happening in Sweden. Now, don't let the left stop real journalism. There is now a free speech alternative to PayPal called Maker Support. They only have one rule on their website, and that is the American First Amendment, free speech. They are an excellent free speech platform on which you can support content creators and journalists like me. You can either support me with a one-off donation on their website, or you can support me monthly, whichever you choose best. If you support me monthly with $10 or more, you will get credited in my videos. Of course, if you want to stay anonymous, that's completely fine as well. But anything is highly appreciated and helps me keep going, producing more content and news like this. So anything is highly appreciated. Please consider supporting me out on Maker Support. And I'll leave the links in the description below. And here goes the credit list for my wonderful supporter who supported me on Maker Support, and also on Patreon. I do have Patreon as well, but I prefer Maker Support since they are a free speech alternative. But everyone who supports me on Maker Support and Patreon with $10 or more get credited in my videos. So here's a shout out to my excellent supporters.